All right, everybody, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Can't believe that we are 2 months into this quarantine. However, I hope everybody's staying safe, having some fun. We still are seeing the deals pour in at Performance Title and Trident Title, so I want to thank you guys for that. Please keep those deals coming. That's how we can keep doing this and keep adding value to you guys. So today what I want to do is jump in and really dive deep into Instagram. So I know it says this is an intro to Instagram, but I really think everybody on this call, no matter how much you have used Instagram in the past, is going to get something out of this, and you're going to leave here with something that you can implement right away. And I'm so confident in that we've actually started an Instagram challenge, which I'm going to detail a little bit at the very end. So make sure you hang in there all the way to the end, because what I'm going to do is put a challenge out to help everybody that's on this call that wants to participate grow their following and grow their Instagram business. And I'm going to do it right with you guys. So we'll do 30 days of check-ins and touches, all of us together, to grow that. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you stay in tune here and stay until the end. And I'm going to need emails at the end if you want to be a part of that, because I'm going to send you out all the details. So let's get this thing rolling. Intro to Instagram for real estate professionals. I had to dig back far, far, far into the log to find some great pictures of myself. But yet again, thanks to the help of Laura McHugh, I was able to do it. Look at that cardigan. If you have not seen a sweater like that, I don't know where I got that thing, but it is fantastic.
Love it.
So if I don't know you, or if you're new, I just want to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Ryan McHugh. I work with Performance Title and Escrow and Trident Title as a part of the Land Castle Title Group. I've been in real estate for 10 years now. Been a single agent and sold 14 or 15 houses a year. Been on the #1 team in the state of Florida, where we sold over 400 houses a year every year. A couple years in a row, over $90 million in volume. We were #1 in Florida, #11 in the country in units. And then I was a team leader, which I basically recruited and grew real estate offices through training. Did that for a couple of years. And now my focus is primarily on driving title business by helping you guys build your business. So I believe that if it's a win-win, meaning if I help you add some value and make some more money, you're going to help us back. So I have our fantastic reps on the call: Melissa Kidwell, Dave Ward, Gabrielle Bryce, Tracy Sender, and myself. So if you learn anything from this today, please make sure you shoot us over a deal so that we can keep providing some value. We founded Apex Training about 2 months ago in conjunction with Trident Title and Performance Title, strictly just to help agents grow their business. That's it. There's no catch. All this stuff is free. And like I said, we believe if we help you grow your business, you're going to help us grow our business. And that's what we call a win-win. So let's dive into Instagram, folks. Let's do it. All right, so some interesting facts. Yes, I made that word up just for this class. Some interesting facts. Instagram is visual, just like real estate. This is probably the social media platform that really ties in the most with what we do, because real estate is sexy. It's cool. It's hip. It's pretty. It's nice to look at, you know. If there's any lenders on the call, I apologize, but it's not as, lending is not as exciting, right? Even title is not as exciting as real estate. You really have a fantastic platform to grow, because everything on Instagram is visual. No one really cares that much about the words or the text. We're looking at things that look good. They look delicious. They look beautiful. So Instagram is very visual, just like real estate. And I want you guys to keep that in mind as we go through this. If you're struggling for content at the end of this, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of content ideas on Instagram. But really, especially down here in South Florida, where most of us are, everything that we're doing is pretty beautiful. You know, there's some amazing houses down here and properties that I've seen you guys work with, amazing parks, amenities and subdivisions. We're by the beach, we're by golf courses, we have high rises, we got single families, we got mansions, we got condos, we got it all. So keep that in mind as we go on this journey together. Next, just so you know, the biggest age demographic on Instagram right now is 25 to 34. So kind of the millennial demographic. And what's good about that is they're all kind of coming into their own, right? They're getting jobs, they're making money, they're starting families, they're getting married, they're getting out of their parents' houses, and that means they need houses, right? So focusing on Instagram is great because we get to work on this demographic who are buying houses right now. You know, they need to buy houses. They need to grow their family. They need to grow. So it's a great demographic to target. Facebook is a little bit older than this, and things like TikTok and Snapchat are a little bit younger. So Instagram really falls in a really great spot to be able to provide content and value to those that are ready to do business with us now and start lifelong relationships. You know, if we sell someone their first house at 25, NAR, the National Association of Realtors, used to say that the average time that people move is about 7 years. It might tick up a little bit after this pandemic, right? But even if it's 10 years, if they buy a house at 25, there's a good chance they're going to buy 4, 5, 6, 7 houses with us over the course of our career and the course of their lifetime. So building that relationship now and getting in on them early is really advantageous to us for our income, not only now, but in the future as well. So keep that in mind. Instagram's the top social platform to fuel other marketing platforms. And what I mean by that is it's sexy and it's simple, right? So Instagram allows you to drive content to so many other things, like your website, like landing pages, like lead capture forms, like other apps, open houses, events, things that you're doing. It's the best tool of all the social medias for driving traffic, as long as you can provide a nice looking image. In a recent update, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I'm not sure if Laura Mosconi's on the call, but me and her actually were working on this the other day. The most recent Instagram update, they have begun their pursuit of going completely mobile. Their goal was always to be split between an actual computer and mobile. As of a couple of weeks ago, you no longer even have the ability to post on Instagram from a computer at all. You can view right now, but you actually cannot post. You can't post any content from a computer, a laptop, a desktop, or anything. You have to be mobile. So if you're not on a tablet or on a phone, you actually can't add content to Instagram, which may seem a little crazy, but with 93% of content being consumed mobilely, it's really not that crazy. It's pretty cool that they're starting to push that way. So if you haven't adapted mobile yet, Instagram's the app to kind of take you there. 1 billion, that's Dr. Evil, if you didn't know, 1 billion users per month are on, which is absolutely insane. 52% of them are female, 48% of them are male. So it's a pretty even demographic. That's a pretty good split, pretty healthy compared to some other apps. 63% of the users on Instagram are on every single day. So that's 630 million are on every day, which is nuts. Huge reach, big platform, right? The average time spent on the app is 28 minutes, which is really long if you consider some apps, some emails, or some other websites where people are on for less than 30 seconds. Instagram has a really great retention time. You get a lot of scroll time, you get a lot of time on the feed, and things like stories and Instagram Live are really adding to that time over the last 2 years. And we're going to talk about all those later today before we dive into giving you some content ideas. Instagram's the second most downloaded free app in the App Store now, followed only by Facebook. And Facebook is who owns Instagram as well. So they kind of deliver the 1-2 punch, which is crazy. The best times to post, write these down or take a screenshot or take a picture or whatever. In 2019, Instagram studied their own data and they came up with that these are the best times to post. Monday through Friday between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. in whatever time zone you're in. They say that on weekdays, the first thing that people do before they even get out of their bed is they check their phone. So that's that 5 to 9 a.m. window. And then 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the lunch hour, and it's when studies find that mental energy at work is starting to burn out or starting to run down. So what they do is a lot of people get up, they'll look at their phone the first time, scroll through their Instagram, see if they have any notifications or if anything cool comes up in the first couple of posts. Then they'll get up, shower, go to the gym, eat breakfast, take the kids, whatever, go to work. And then usually their mental energy starts to burn out from whatever task they're working on right around 11 o'clock. And then they start checking their phone, or when they go to lunch, they start checking their phone. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m., right when people are getting up before they're getting out of the house and getting stuff done. And Sunday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they say the strongest driver of that is brunch. And I know in South Florida, we may laugh at that a little bit, especially right now. However, brunch is a huge driver of Instagram traffic. And that time, not only if you're not physically at brunch, however, people are at brunch, right? And they're out with their friends and they're sitting on their phones because that's what people do nowadays instead of talking to each other. So these are the most popular times to post for your content, whatever that content is in your time zone. These are the most popular times to post. So check those out and try to use those to the best of your advantage. So a question I get all the time on Instagram and on Facebook, but more on Instagram, is personal versus business. Probably 90% of the people that I know or the teams that I work with, they're still using the personal one. And you're really missing out way more so on Instagram than on Facebook. Facebook still has a pretty big push and presence with the personal page. However, with Instagram, it really honestly is a no-brainer. It looks like the battle's 3-3 here, but we'll dive in way more on the business side so you really get that. Personal, the one good thing is it has a private setting. So if you only want people to see things that you know, that's good. In our business, that makes absolutely no sense, right? We don't want to be private. We want to, maybe in our personal life we do, but in our business life, we need to grow our reach as big as we can to cast that net and spread that web and generate as many leads as we can. The personal one does have a higher organic reach because on business, they want you to pay. So there's that. And the other thing with personal is you have the ability to connect to multiple Facebook pages and profiles. So if you manage more than one Facebook page, you can connect it to that, which is good. However, business just blows it away. You have a bunch of different contact options with the business page that you don't have on personal. You have analytics, which is everything in business right now, right? We have to track every day. In our world in title, we track our orders, our amounts, our numbers, our stats, literally every single day. That's someone's job, is just 7 days a week to track. And you have ads on the business side, which you don't have on personal. So if you want to grow reach, you have ads. So we're going to talk about all those things. For me, it's a no-brainer. It's business all the way. Personal, it's good to have a personal one for fun and pictures of your kids and your dogs and whatever you're eating on the weekends and whatever places you go, travel, fun things like that. But if you want to grow a following and you want to use this for business, we need to have a business page, period. The goal of this class is not how to have more fun on Instagram. It's how to use Instagram to make money, right? So that you can feed your family, send more deals, and be able to drive business and drive your life through real estate transactions. So we're going to talk about business here for a bit. 200 million people view at least one business every day. So if you're not on business, you're missing out to that reach. You have some contact options, which are amazing. So first off, you have the buttons. You can see I'm a car nerd, so I always use the car options. But if you go to buttons, you can see that there's all these different kinds of buttons you can have. You can select a contact button, an email button, or a direct message button that you can use right off the business page. That's a call to action to be able to get people to connect and reach out to you right away, where you do not have that on personal. You can also add an address and a location in on a business, which you cannot do on personal. So adding that allows you to have basically a built-in geotag. So the reason I use Ferrari, besides the fact that I just like cars, is that anytime you search for anything in Palm Beach, because they're tagged in Palm Beach, you'll always see in the top couple hundred posts, there's an image from Ferrari of Palm Beach. They do a really fantastic job with this account. They actually don't post that much, but when they do, they get a fantastic following. They use stories and live at an unbelievably high level. And I just wanted to share that with you because it really is big. So next is analytics. You really have three kinds of analytics that you can use in this, which means basically three different ways to track. So number one is you have the ability to track activity. So how many people are following you? Are they male? Are they female? What is their age range like? And what time is that working for you as well? Then you have the ability to track content, where you can go post by post and see what times are working best for you, what post, what style post. Is it an individual picture? Is it a story? Is it a live? Is it a carousel of pictures? Is it Instagram TV? You know, what's actually working best for you, and you can track that so you can improve your brand. And you also have the ability to analyze your audience. So you can see, where are they from? If you see on the right side here, where is most of your audience from? What time are your followers on? What days are they on the most? All different locations, all different age ranges of your group. So it allows you to dive in and really understand and learn your market so that you can target and focus and get better. Just like with Facebook ads and Facebook advertising, wherever you start on Instagram is not your final destination, right? We're going to start somewhere. And then if we really want to run this as a business, we're going to look at it, we're going to analyze, and we're going to figure out how we get better. Those times to post that we showed earlier, those are generic. However, as you grow your following and your audience, using analytics, you can see what time makes the most sense for you. So let's just take an example. Me, all of my followers might be people in my age range, right? It might be 25 to 35-year-old working professionals. So for us, a lot of times the time that we're up and we're looking on our phone is real early. Like for me, I do look at my phone really early, usually like between 5 and 6 a.m. And then really late, like maybe the last thing before I go to sleep is when I get the traction on my phone. However, if you are a working mom or dad and you have two kids, maybe your time is based around that, and all of your followers, if they're that as well, they might not have that time in the morning. You know, they might not look at their phone until after they do the drop off for kids, or maybe the lunchtime at work, or after the kids are down for bed. So you have to use this as a tool, not just as something to look at that's fun and interesting to see. You have to use it as a tool on how you grow your brand. But you can only do this again through Instagram for Business. Next is ads. So with the business account, you can actually use ads. So you get access to the most advanced targeted marketing, which is through Facebook. So right now, Facebook is like the #1 advertising platform, and Instagram actually uses Facebook's platform because they're owned by the same company. You even create the ads in that platform. So you get to target at a higher level than you can with any other marketing platform that there is, which is a big benefit because Facebook leads and Instagram leads right now are extremely cheap. I will tell you a little teaser for next week. We're going to talk about Facebook ads and marketing on Facebook. I've been running ads for Facebook for a various amount of businesses since they launched late 2007. And April was the best month numbers wise I've ever had on Facebook business. And I will tell you, it's not necessarily just because I've gotten better at it, but it is because what's going on in the world, right? The most amount of people right now are on social media than ever. So if you're not using these things, make sure you tune in next week and we're going to dive into those a bit. Next, your customer kind of expects an Instagram page from your business. You have to think that it's going to build trust and validity. If they look you up and you're a real estate agent and you don't have a Instagram page, they're wondering, are you even real? Are you really doing business? This is one of those things where you kind of can fake it until you make it. So even if you're on this call and you've never done a deal, you've never done a transaction, you've been in the business for 6 years, 6 months, 60 days, or 6 hours, whatever it is, you have to use Instagram as a tool to be able to build validity and build trust in your brand. So even now in this tough time, we can actually get out there and show houses every day, right? We can go to vacant houses, we can go to new construction, we can make posts every day that show the public that we're busy and that we're involved and that we're actually engaged in the industry. The other thing is that your competitors are doing it, right? So if you don't have one, your competitors do. There are a lot of times when people are going to look and they're going to compare and see what their two choices are doing. So if you're a listing agent and you've ever been on a listing where you're not the only one interviewed, if you are wondering what they do when you leave, is it go directly to Instagram? Of course not. But is that in their list of what they do? Absolutely. So we know that usually more than 50% of listings are won by the first person in the door. However, when somebody else gets in the door and they're comparing me versus you, or X versus Y, and Y versus Z, they're going to look and they're going to say, okay, yes, what do all of them charge? That's always something, right? In the absence of value, price always controls, we say. However, then they're going to look, okay, does this person have social media content? Do they have a following? Do they have testimonials? Do they have reviews? We're going to look back all through that. So your competitors are on Instagram. So if you're not, you're missing out. I'm going to share with you some Instagram content later from different people. A lot of them are on this call that are doing a really good job at it. And you'll notice that a lot of these people are top producers in the towns or the areas or the niches that they work. And that's not by coincidence. Next is the tagging ability. So if you do have a professional page, a business page, customers and employees and yourself, your own personal page, you can tag. And using tags allows you to grow reach exponentially very, very quickly. You can always tag your customers that you're out showing with, maybe that you've sold their house or that they bought a house with you or they're working on an investment property. Or even just when you get those texts that say, hey, you sold me this house 5 years ago, look what we did to the kitchen, or look what we did, got a new pool, or painted or renovated or did the landscaping, whatever, you're using that as leverage to grow your business. I love this graphic because that is actually me right now, except I wouldn't have pants on. But you can use this to drive traffic to your site for lead capture. So Instagram has a fantastic way of driving traffic. And if you don't capture them on Instagram, it's okay. You're catching them in your web so that you can catch them somewhere else and capture that lead somewhere else. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later as well. SEO, if you don't know what SEO is, it's search engine optimization. Instagram is always in the top 10 on Google searches. So if you have an Instagram account, you're going to get up there on the first page, which is good. It's good because it also protects you. It gives you other ways for people to find you. So if they type in your team name or your business name, and they might not know exactly how to spell it or exactly where you're located or what office you're in, but Instagram gives it another way for you to come up. So it's another opportunity for them to find you. It's also a little bit of a defense move, and I'm not a very defensive guy. However, it is something that blocks out other people. So think about this. If you only have one way to be found and someone searches for you and you come up as number one on Google, great, but there's still 9 other results on the page or 8 other results on the page. However, if someone searches for you and you have every social media platform and you come up and you're the first 10 options on the page, you're playing defense and you're not letting your competitors get up on that page, which means they're not going to be found because nobody goes to page 2 of Google. It doesn't really happen. So think about this as a way to defend against rival brokers or agents or companies or people that you're working against or that you're competing for a listing or to work with a buyer or an investor or something like that. It's a really great digital networking platform. So I know a lot of you guys, myself included, I know like Gab and Melissa and Dave and Tracy, we're all kind of losing our mind a little bit here. A big way that we drive business is we go out, right? We go out and we network with people, we meet people, we go have a drink, we have lunch, we have breakfast, we have brunch, we go to their open houses, we go to their brokers' opens, whatever it is we do that we're helping you guys. For me, it's pretty much always been teaching. However, I know a lot of you guys on this call are are fiending for that networking, right? We're scratching our arms looking to see when the next networking event that we can get to is, and Instagram provides that platform for us if you use it at a high level. The good thing about this that I like is it's a big talent attraction tool. So if there's any team leaders or broker owners or managers on the call when we're looking to attract talent, one thing that Instagram does is it's not going to be the sole source that drives that talent, but it is a method to attract for us because it gives a little bit more of an in-depth insight on what's going on into that business. So think about when people look you up and they find your standard site or your realtor.com site or your Zillow site, and everybody looks exactly the same. They look on your Instagram to see what's going on behind the scenes. What is day-to-day life like there? If they can check out a story of you as a realtor walking around showing properties, what does it look like to walk in your shoes for a day? And that's a big thing. We want to be able to grab people from real life interactions and experiences that sites like, Zillow and Trulia just can't do. Yes, they can look at the house, but when they're choosing an agent, they need to be able to see what's going on in the background and what's going on in that life. So Instagram helps us with that. One cool thing about the Instagram business is it allows you to put links in your stories once you get to 10,000 followers. And I know 10,000 sounds like a huge, unachievable number. However, the goal of this challenge that we're going to do starting in May, which is Friday, is to help you guys, anyone that's involved in the challenge. My goal is to help you get to 10,000 within 30 days. It's going to be an uphill battle, and it's going to take a lot of effort from you guys for sure. But what's really huge about this is when you get there, you can put links in all of your stories. So if you've ever gone on Instagram and watched a celebrity or a verified person or a popular business, they have the ability to put links right in the stories where people can click and they can use that as lead capture. So it's a huge lead capture opportunity. Less than 10% of Instagram has the ability to do that because they don't have enough followers. So what we want to focus on today is driving that. And over the next month, I want to help you guys get there. I have a personal goal to get at least one of you to 10,000. I'm hoping it's going to be many more than that, but we're going to get somebody there so that you can use this. And you're going to watch your Instagram business explode because this is a feature that such a small amount of people have that it's big to use. So some post scheduling, when you have a business page, you actually have the ability to schedule your posts. And the reason that this is great is because you have the ability to do it when you're not available. So instead of having to get on social media every day, you can post out. A lot of teams that I work with, what they do is they just do social media post scheduling once a week. And on Mondays, they'll schedule their posts for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday so that they don't have to go on social media every day. So it allows you to get the highest engagement, generate the most amount of views, and really find your relevant audience without having to be strapped to the computer or strapped to your phone every single day. I know all of us are busy. Even now, we have a lot of things going on, and this scheduling allows us to save that time and work a little bit smarter, not harder. So some key features of Instagram that I like. Number one, this is the Explore tab. This is a screenshot right out of my phone. If you look on the bottom, the little hourglass opens up the Explore tab. Now, if you don't know about that, what it does is it suggests content to you based on the things that you look at. So you can see I look at motorcycles and cars and watches, probably way too much. So they send all that stuff. They drive stuff to you. So as you build your Instagram algorithm, it sends more stuff to you, and it allows you to grow followers, grow your network, and really build through this. So if you're not using Explore, it's something you should check out like once a day minimum. It only takes a couple seconds to do. You just touch the hourglass, and then you can connect to all these different people and different projects and different products. Next is putting your trust in hashtags. We've talked about this a little bit before, but hashtags is one of the biggest features of Instagram. You are allowed to do up to 30 of them on a post. If you weren't on my last class that we touched just very briefly on Instagram, a tool that I use is called Hashtag Generator. If you want to write that down, you can. That allows you to find the top hashtags in an area. So you are allowed 30 hashtags on a post. What I always suggest is that one of them is your own custom business hashtag. So hashtag Sam sells Boca or hashtag Joe sells houses or whatever your thing is going to be. Create that, and that should be on every piece of your branding, on all your marketing, on all your images, and all your posts. Then what you want to do for the other 29 is you want to take 9 or 10 of them that are location-based. So you're going to search for hashtags in where you're selling or in where the property is. So maybe Delray Beach or Wellington or Palm Beach County or Boynton Beach or whatever it may be. And you're going to put that in there. And then the other 20, you want to use that hashtag generator tool to find what the most relevant ones are. So a lot of times it's hashtag real estate, hashtag $1 million listing, sold, buyer, bought, seller, investor, things like that. So if you're not using hashtags, you need to use a minimum of 1 on every post. 30 may seem excessive, I understand that, but if you really want to grow this and use this as a tool to generate leads and to generate income and to generate deals, you need to use these hashtags. Next is filters. This is just a quick screenshot. I think they're up to like over 30 now. And when you look on Instagram, you have the option to filter and clean up and edit all of your pictures right inside the app. So even if you don't take the absolute best picture or the absolute best opportunity, just think that you have these filters and you have the ability to use those and clean it up or edit it. So the editing on Instagram is pretty darn good for a free app. And all these filters are fun. I usually suggest people pick one that they're going to use and kind of make that the filter for their brand that they're going to use pretty regularly. And use that repetitively on pictures that are of the same. So like you see all these are pictures of the sky, pick one, maybe it's the black and white or the cool or the warm or whatever you pick. Vintage I like, and use that whenever you take pictures that are similar so that it builds your brand, right? Next are the apps. So the first one is obviously the Instagram app. The other three, though, are absolutely key apps that you need to have. These are apps developed by Instagram. They're totally free and they help you use Instagram at a higher level. First one here is called Layout. It allows you to put more than one picture on a screen and lay it out in all different ways. So when you see people doing these really cool collage posts or non-traditional layouts, they're using the Layout app. The second one is Boomerang. It makes those couple second quick videos that looks like you're doing something in reverse. I don't know if Summer Clark is on here, but she did a really great one with her getting like pushed or thrown or jumping into a pool in the beginning of one of her videos. And it was really awesome. It went pretty viral pretty quickly. And that was awesome. And then last is Hyperlapse, and that allows you to speed up and slow down real-time video so that you can make things look way faster or way slower. It works really cool for open houses if you want to do like quick tours or neighborhood tours so that you're not taking 10 minutes to do a tour. Speeds it up and it looks pretty cool. Next is geotagging. We talked about this last time, but geotagging is still something that I don't see a lot of people doing. You get 79% more engagement on a post when it's geotagged, which just means that it's tagged to a location. It's easier to be found, and this is a big way that you grow. So as we start this challenge, and again, we'll talk about that at the end, as we start this challenge, just keep in mind every single post that you do should be tagged. There's really no reason to not have it with a geotag on it, unless you're trying to hide your location for whatever reason, which doesn't really make much sense when we're trying to grow business. Next is the ability to throw links in your bio. So again, with Instagram, you can use a tool called Linktree. I put it on the left side here. If you just Google Linktree or Instagram it, it'll come up. It allows you to have more than one link in your bio. So normally on Instagram, you're only actually allowed to put one link on your entire profile. And that's not really advantageous to people on the call, like maybe a Gail Bass who carries 25 listings at a time. She can only show off one of them at a time, which really doesn't make any sense. So you would use the link tree to make a link that says, here, check out my listings. And then with that link, you can showcase all of the listings or however many listings that you want to be able to show all at one time. So it's extremely easy to set up. And once you set it up, it's very, very valuable and something that you want to use for the rest of your Instagramming career. Next, come on. All right, next, Instagram TV. So another feature is Instagram TV. This allows you to do vertical video only. You can do between 15 seconds and 10 minutes of video for each one. You can do multiple of them. And what's great about this is it has an unlimited shelf life. So what I want you to think with Instagram TV, just think of it as you're creating your own TV channel. And every one of these videos that you do that's between 15 seconds and 10 minutes is its own episode. And you have the power as a real estate agent to create an episode on anything that's relevant to you. So if you're someone on this call that uses or sells, let's just say golf course communities, I would have a channel that's just golf course communities. If you're someone on the call that does equestrian, I would have one that's all equestrian. Maybe we have beach condos and first-time home buyers and what you can get in a certain area for a certain price point. Instagram TV is really powerful like this. It allows you to create your own content. And this is the reason that that number was so high of minutes viewed or minutes in the app at 28 minutes, because people can watch these as their content instead of watching TV. So if you haven't yet created an Instagram TV channel, make sure you get on and do that right away. It's awesome. Next is direct messaging. I think I lost some. Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened. I lost some in here. Okay, Instagram Live. Sorry about that, guys. We lost some. Instagram Live. This is totally free, and it helps the algorithm work for you. It's similar to Facebook Live, which we talked about, I think it was last week. This allows you to just go live right out of your Instagram account. It notifies every person in your Instagram account that you are live, and it will show up at the top of the app for everybody while you're on there live. So it's a pretty cool tool to grow. It really speeds up the growth and the reach for the algorithm so that you can grow. And then it shares that. You have the ability to actually share that live video right onto your stories for 24 hours. So you do it right now. Let's just say you did one now at 11:45 and you went till 12. You can keep that up live that people can rewatch for 24 hours. So it's a cool thing. Next are stories. There's over 500 million people every single day using stories. These are 15 seconds at a time. They're not longer than 15 seconds. Each one is 15 seconds. However, you can link and put together as many of them as you'd like. So if you have something that you want to show off and you think it's going to be 2 minutes, you can just do 8 stories and put them all together. And you don't even have to stop the filming. You just run them all together all as one and put them together. These have a 24-hour shelf life. So after 24 hours, they disappear. A third of the most viewed stories do come from businesses. So there's a big opportunity here. And the business stories have an 85% completion rate, which if anybody knows anything about video views, that is absolutely huge. Usually people struggle to get over 5 or 10%, where Instagram stories gives you a completion of 85%. So every time I'm showing a property, doing an open house, doing a tour, meeting a buyer, meeting a seller, everything that you can possibly put on here, I would do. Think of it kind of as like a day in the life. We talked about Instagram TV, so I'm going to skip over that one. And then direct messaging. So now with direct messaging, you can put up to 15 people in one DM at a time. So it allows you to have almost like a little group message going within Instagram. And through that, you can share profiles, locations, and hashtags. So you can grow your network just through that DM. And what I want you to think of is like, let's say you post a picture of a house and it looks really beautiful, and you ask in the caption, how much do you think this house is worth? And you get 10 people that guess an answer, but you get 100 likes. You can go back through and look at those likes and Instagram direct message every single one of those people. And that's a contact for you, right? That gives you the opportunity to make a contact, to generate a lead, and to be able to grow your page and generate leads for your real estate business. So direct messaging is big. If you can't get them off the app or you can't capture them, in comments or in a video, use the direct messaging feature for everybody that interacts with any of your posts. If they like it or if they comment it, I would be direct messaging them right away. All right, so I want to finish this up with marketing ideas. I have a bunch of ideas for you guys that I want to share so that you can put this into action. And then at the end, we're going to talk about that content challenge. So marketing idea number 1, I stole this from Tracy Ward, so I'm not sure if she's on, but thanks, Trace. Featuring a property. So she does these featured properties all the time, where she just takes her pictures out of the MLS, the ones that she's using already anyway, that she already took. She uploads them onto Instagram as a carousel. You can see all these little dots. All those dots means there's a lot of photos. So if I swipe one direction or the other, I'm going to see all the other photos. And then she just posts the address, and this is her property profile or featured property. If you see at the top, she has it tagged where it is. So Ritz-Carlton Residences of Singer Island. So she has the geo tag on there, so anyone that's in that area can find that. And then she filters through those great pictures. So any listing agents, this is a no-brainer. If you have a listing, you need to be doing this for every listing. However, if you're on the call and you don't have any listings, what I would do is I would still do a feature property of the day. I'm not sure if Mindy's on the call, but she's doing a really great series with this right now that I've been enjoying. I think she calls it Fab House or Fab Property of the Day, something like that. And every day she'll go on and she'll share a property. Now, they're not all hers, right? Some of them are because she does some listings, but most of them are other people. So when she sees a property that she likes, she looks at it in the MLS, sees if it is on any broker advertised, and then she'll contact that agent, get something in writing that says, yes, Mindy, you can use 123 Main Street for advertising. Thanks. So you're covered with your broker and with safety there. And then she'll post one of those every single day. And she drives traffic to that every day. She'll talk about it in the comments. It's a really great idea. So think about using this feature property. If you're looking to drive content, this morning when I checked on the MLS, I think it was 57,000 homes on there. So there's no reason for you to say that you can't find a feature property. You'll be able to find one every day for the rest of your life and the rest of your kids' lives. So make sure you get on this and get using this. Next is a feature neighborhood. So I stole this off someone that does a feature neighborhood every week. And this one was for Pineapple Grove in Delray. If you've never been there, it's right off Atlantic Avenue. It's really cool. It's pretty photogenic. It's a trendy spot. And what they do is once a week, they do a feature neighborhood. They'll throw it up there so you can see, you know, kind of an iconic or a picture that would make you recognize that neighborhood. And then they'll just do a post talking about it. It'll be geotagged to that neighborhood, and all the hashtags will have something to do with local area there. So pick a neighborhood. It could be something trendy like this. It could just be a subdivision. Maybe you start with a subdivision you live in, because there's some simplicity in that right now with, you know, kind of being on lockdown. At least you can get out, ride your bike, or take a walk and take some pictures around the area and show, you know, what does the sign look like? What does the gate look like? What does the pool look like? Is there a gym? Is there a clubhouse? Are there basketball courts or tennis courts? Is there any cool wildlife? Are there beautiful trees? Are there different style homes? You know, maybe there's single family homes and condos and townhouses. What do those all look like? What is that whole neighborhood? You know, put the picture of that neighborhood together, and then you're coming up again as a hyper-local expert. So when people are searching that neighborhood, there's a really good chance they're going to find you because you're providing content and value. Next, coming soon property. So I stole this from my friend Megan. So she posted a picture up with a little coming soon tag. And this shows that she has a property coming soon to the market, right? I know there's some different laws and different MLSs with what you can do with that now. If you didn't know, there's actually a feature coming out to the MLS on how we do it legally. So this works on a new listing or also on new construction. You know, you could go to a new construction lot and go take pictures of one that is, you know, maybe 30% done or 70% done and say coming soon, you know, get the chance to pick your finishes and you can show off that property. Next are the coming soon neighborhoods or subdivisions. So this is 111 First in Delray. If you don't know about this, it's a new construction community in downtown Delray, right off the Ave there. This picture is old from an old presentation, but you can see it's what's coming soon. It's where it is. There's a carousel of pictures and all interesting information about it. Pricing guidelines. You can read about it in the bio. And you have the opportunity to build and capture leads through that. So in Palm Beach County, I think right now there's over 75 new construction projects going up. So if you're in Palm Beach, there's really no excuse as to why you wouldn't be able to find one of these. You can just type in on Google, you know, Palm Beach County new construction or Wellington new construction or Gardens new construction. And whatever the top 3 hits are, just go there. And you can even usually just go on their website and they'll allow you to take their pictures unbranded and mark it for yourself. So that's a cool feature that you can get you out of the house right now if you're going a little stir crazy like me and want to get out. Or if you just want to be able to do it from the comfort of your home, you can do it either way. All right, next is highlighting the wow properties. So this is a local builder that I like, Mark Julian, and he always says wow properties, meaning there's always something just really cool. So not only did I like the McLaren, but I liked the driveway, I liked the garage. It just looked cool to me. So that would be something that I would highlight and show off something, showing that there is a certain amount of money, you know, a certain price point or anything like that. Next is unique house features. So something really cool that's in the house. I hope you guys got the pleasure to go in this house. Frank McKinney, he calls himself a real estate artist. He did a open house with this thing, and it was the most amazing piece of real estate I've ever been in. This is a jellyfish ball inside the living room of this house. It's like a centerpiece of the house that is really unbelievable. So if you want to find things like that, it doesn't have to be this crazy, right? This is in like a $25 million beachfront property. But we could just point things out like cool granite or cool floors or maybe an interesting light fixture or just something in the house that makes it step apart or stand out. If there's a cool appliance, you know, somebody did a little reading nook in a room, whatever, just something that makes the home stick out and be different than everything else that you see. Some unique amenities are things we want to show off. So this is a new construction community called Villa Mar. They have a really cool pool. You can see the basketball court, the tennis courts. They do a good job on their Instagram of showing off all the different amenities. And they have unbranded options like most places do that you as realtors can just steal and use. You're not doing anything wrong. They want you to do it. It helps them sell homes, right? So they allow it. But it gives you the opportunity to do that. Next is open house promotion. I stole this from Hadar. I think her and Lourdes are on the call. Basically, every time you do an open house or any kind of an event, Instagram is a perfect way to do that. Now, what she should have done here is added a geotag in there so that people can find the open house by an area, but I'm sure she will get that for the next one. And then she just dropped a landing page right in there that people can click on and be able to generate leads from. So that's pretty cool. Next is staging and design tips. People love this stuff, right? It's all over Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. I made this just from examples of a website, and I used the layout app in Instagram that I showed you guys earlier. These are just the color palettes that you see in here. I don't even know if I see this one. I might have made that one up. But you get the opportunity to show off different things or different tips that drive people to your Instagram. Next is promoting specials. So as agents, we always have something going on, right? Or some kind of a gimmick to get people to work with us. So a lot of times agents do free CMAs, free market analysis, or they'll do, some kind of a discount on your closing costs, or free use of a mover. Or I've seen some people do like Homes for Heroes, where if you're a veteran or a doctor or a teacher or something like that, you get some kind of a credit or special incentive. So whatever you're doing that's a special or something that's just for you, that's what you want to do. Showcase some personal successes. So whenever you sell a property, you want to show it off, right? Show people that you're having success at your career. Take the best picture of the house, throw it just sold on it, brand it, and get it out there. A little bit about the team. Ryan Jennings' group did this the other day, and I liked it, so I stole it. It's just a little spotlight on their team, right? Shows them all dressed up, which none of them look like right now, thanks to quarantine, right? But it allows them to show off. And then what they do also is they do these little spotlights that are really cool. They'll do a little video, a little graphic, or a little picture about everybody on the team. And each person on the team will get their own day where it'll say, okay, this is Jen. And she does everything for us, right? She does all the contracts and all the transaction coordinating and all the paperwork and all the systems. And this is Jason, and he does buyers. And they'll show them off. So it gives people kind of a behind the scenes look at who your team is. Next is video. So you can do video as content. These are the 4 most successful content styles on Instagram for video. Number 1 is the how-to video. So this could be how to calculate your closing costs, and you could show them our app, right? You could use your app to do that. It could be how to best paint your kitchen, and you could have a painter on with quick tips. Then there's the behind the scenes videos. So these are behind the scenes as a realtor, behind the scenes in my office, behind the scenes with a contractor, a flipper, a plumber, an electrician, a pool guy or gal, something that goes behind the scenes into a job or into some criteria. Next is interviews. So you could sit down and interview someone. Maybe it's someone in your sphere. Maybe it's an essential business that's open right now. Maybe it's an expert on something. Interviews are always great. And then news. So a friend of mine in Miami does this thing called the Rain Report. Her last name is Rain, so it sounds cool. But she does once a week a market update on what's going on. She's in the downtown Miami kind of area. And every week she just does breaking news in Miami real estate. What's going on in the market this week? And it's usually 3 to 5 minutes. It's nothing big. It's just really quickly, going over what's actually going on in that market. So it works pretty well. One of my favorite ones is infographics. So if you don't already have our title app, contact Melissa Kidwell, Dave Ward, Gabrielle Bryce, Tracy Sender, or myself to get this thing. I created this, I'm not even joking, in 13 seconds on the app. There's so many of these amazing infographics that if you're struggling for content, our app just does it for you, and then you can share them and post them right to Instagram from the app. I'm not joking, less than 30 seconds, anybody can create one of these things. So in summary, we covered a lot today. All different ways to use Instagram, why you need to use Instagram business. And what I want to share also is that for some of you that don't know this, I'm available to help you guys too. So reach out to your rep, contact Gabrielle Bryce, contact Melissa Kidwell, contact Dave Ward, contact Tracy Sender. A lot of you guys have been using me to do these one-on-ones, and I'll hop on Zoom for a couple minutes and help you out, and we'll figure it out. So if you're struggling with this or you can't think of what to do, I just want to make sure that you're using us as a resource. So yes, we do these classes once a week, every Monday for you. And Thursday, we do our Better Call Paul. But I want to be able to help. So just use me as a resource. And if you need anything, reach out to your reps and we'll get on a call. I'm available to you guys anytime you need to help work through the stuff that we're working on in these classes. So that being said, I want to share the Instagram challenge with you. So if you are on this call, what I'm going to ask that you do is if you want to be included in this challenge, the goal, again, is to get somebody to 10,000 followers and to get you guys to grow your Instagram business. So when you ask, I had to do it. It's going to be May. Thank you, Justin. So the details, so it's going to run the entire month of May. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you a daily tip. Every single day of May, I'm going to give you a tip to be able to grow your followers. So you're going to locate these tips on our Apex Training Facebook group or page that some of you guys are already on. So if you're not on that, please make sure you link onto that and like it so that you can see these updates and actually be able to connect. At the end of the month, what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 winners. Number 1 is going to be whoever has the highest total follower count. So whatever number somebody gets to that's the highest, that's going to be number 1. And then number 2 is going to be whoever has the biggest gain. So if anybody goes from 0 to 500, that's a 500 person gain, they'll be in the mix. Whatever the largest gain is, because some of you I realize already have a big following, and it would be unfair to people that are starting Instagrams today. Each one of you guys, whoever wins, will get an hour of free coaching, and we'll work on technology, whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to be a part of this, there's a couple of things that you're going to need to do. So number 1 is you're going to actually have to submit your Instagram handle. So you can either screenshot it along with a number of your followers before the end of the day on May 1st to my email, ryan.mchugh@title-management.com. Or I'm also going to open up a Facebook post inside of our Apex Training group where you'll be able to post your Instagram handle and show us a screenshot of the number of followers that you have so that at the end of the month we can track it. So if you want to be a part of this, make sure you like our Facebook page and then tune in every day, and I'm going to share you guys a tip. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check the results Sunday, May 31st, somewhere before I go to bed, which is usually 9 p.m.-ish. And then on our Monday class on the 1st, we'll release the winner. So if you want to be a part of this, drop your email in the chat or email me or get on our Facebook, any one of the 3. And the goal, again, is to get somebody to 10,000 followers and to help you grow your business on Instagram. Everyone's welcome to be a part. Doesn't matter if you are a real estate agent, a lender, a title person, or a small business owner that's on the call. If you want to be a part of this, drop your email in or find me on one of those 2 spots. If you haven't already, make sure you like us, Apex Training, on YouTube and on Facebook. And most importantly, please continue to send in your deals. Trident Title and Performance Title. Everybody's working hard to make sure we get through this thing and get as many deals as we can close for you guys. If you need help with anything and you want to get one-on-one and work on some stuff together, reach out to your rep, Melissa Kidwell, Dave Ward, Gabrielle Bryce, or Tracy Sender, and I will gladly jump on a call with you or jump on a Zoom and help you through this stuff. If you want to be part of any of our challenges or any of our classes, drop your email in the chat, or you can always message me on social media as well. And I'm going to end the recording now. And if anybody has any questions, I will gladly hang around to answer. So thank you all for being on. Again, on behalf of Trident Title and Performance Title, thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for continuing to send us deals. And I'm proud of you guys for continuing to grow your business in a tough time. You guys are doing awesome. Have a fantastic day. And if anybody needs anything, I'll stay on as long as you need. Thank you.